Josh Brolin teases a potential role to a Marvel character, and no, it's not Cable from Deadpool 2. Though I would love to see him back as Cable in the future in some kind of capacity, still in those X-Men films, because he was damn good as Cable in Deadpool 2. We're talking Thanos, you guys. He teases a potential return to the Mad Titan. Now, we can all agree that Thanos is arguably, or easily, one of the greatest villains in cinematic history. The build-up to the Infinity Saga, all the way to Infinity War and Endgame, boy, it did not disappoint. I will never forget the emotions my body was feeling at the end of Infinity War when Thanos won. Everybody's jaw everybody was silent. Mr. Stark, all that whole scene broke my heart. So, I don't think his story has ended in the MCU just yet. Especially when you're going to be introducing Doctor Doom in the MCU. We got a brief small glimpse of him at the very end of the Fantastic Four First Steps with Franklin Richards. Everybody lost their minds at it there. Really hyped about that. Doomsday releases next December, you guys. And there's a particular image in Jonathan Hickman's Secret Wars that everybody wants to see done in the MCU in some kind of capacity. And you guys, it's the moment God Emperor Doom rips the entire skeleton out of Thanos' body. Absolutely incredible. And I think to establish Doctor Doom and to really feel his presence, like with the Russo brothers and how they did Thanos, how he destroyed a bunch of Asgardians, beat the brakes off of Hulk, killed Loki at the very beginning of Infinity War, to really set the tone and presence of how Thanos is going to be. Because we can all say Infinity War is Thanos' movie. It's from his perspective. That's the establishment we need to set up for Doom. So in Avengers Doomsday, right off the bat, I think you really have to cement and really convince the fans that RDJ's Doctor Doom is the most powerful being in the entire universe. That's what I really, truly believe needs to happen. It has to happen. So if Josh Brolin does come back in some kind of capacity and it's a brief cameo appearance and it's RDJ's Doctor Doom ripping his skeleton from his body to set the tone of Doom in the MCU, then by all means, absolutely do it. Do it. I would lose my mind. Ultron is coming back, and the Vision Quest series next year. It's time we bring back these awesome villains. It's been, almost 10 years since, Infinity War and Endgame? Everybody wants to see Thanos back, and we're dealing with the multiverse story. Thanos is that he doesn't have to be the face of your next two Avengers films. He was the face, in the build-up to the Infinity Saga. This is how we close out this multiverse saga, bringing in Doctor Doom, leading into the Incursion War with Avengers Secret Wars. And if you don't want to kill off Thanos, then by all means, maybe Thanos teams up with the Avengers in some kind of way. But that would be interesting because you could not trust Thanos whatsoever. I'm pretty sure he's going to be after those Infinity Stones. But can you imagine if Doom kills Thanos, with Thanos having the entirety of the Infinity Gauntlet with all the stones, just to let us know that those Infinity Stones are now useless going into Doomsday and Secret Wars? So, like I said, I think they need to establish something that powerful for RDJ's Doctor Doom. They have to. It's important. Because that's the only time, other than Spider-Man Brand New Day, we're not, maybe it might be something in the post-credit scene or something, but there's not much breathing room to really establish Doctor Doom. Like Thanos was sprinkled throughout the MCU. In the first Avengers film, he showed up. To challenge them is to court death. Smile. Guardians of the Galaxy with the whole Ronin character. Age of Ultron, when he showed up, fine, I'll do it myself. There was the build-up to him. Like I said, we only seen RDJ's Doctor Doom at the very end of Fantastic Four First Steps. That's it. And he didn't really do much other than take off his mask already in the MCU. A lot of fans are concerned about that. They're like, oh my God, he's taking off his mask already. You know, it's like the whole Spider-Man thing of Peter always having his damn mask off throughout, you know, his entire tenure in the MCU. It is quite frustrating, you know. But, you know, I feel like the MCU doesn't really do the whole secret identity thing, so it doesn't really matter, right? But, you know, Josh Brolin, you know, he's teasing the return. And he said if the Russo brothers call, he is there absolutely 110%. He's there. He's there. And you know what? I don't blame him because, you know, Infinity War and Endgame, they were monumental to comic book films, to the genre, to the box office. It was a cultural moment. It was a movement. It was huge. It's an experience that us fans will never forget. I will never forget the emotions I had at the end of Endgame. I was just emotionally exhausted. It wouldn't stop. And that's how I felt. I was like, I need a breather. Like, I was just heartbroken, just in the flux of emotions. That's what I'm hoping we get with the wrap up of this entirety of the Marvel Universe. And I say the entirety of the Marvel Universe because we're now incorporating in earlier characters that were, you know, established in the early 2000s. We had Blade show up in Deadpool and Wolverine. We had Elektra, you know. We have these characters who are now returning. And this is going to be the close-up to an entire new reboot of the MCU after Secret Wars. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below about Josh Brolin teasing a potential return to the character of Thanos in the next 2 Avengers films. Honest thoughts and opinions. Let me know what you guys think. And of course, thank you guys for taking time out of your day for watching Geek Fandom Media. Peace.